and I'm excited to create this first video, just talk a little bit about what Not Just a Gym Teacher is about. I had this idea that I wanted to create kind of a platform where I could share about my love and passion for phys ed, give you tools and tricks and tips so that you can flip your PE playbook. So I want you to ditch the dodgeball. I want you to roll out more than a ball and come follow me on some of the things that I'm doing in my own physical education classroom here as I teach grade 1 to 8 phys ed. This kind of was inspired by a journey I had about a year ago as a movement resource teacher working with kids with special needs. And it inspired me to create a podcast called Move to Include and create a website. And after a year of doing that and being a parent advocate myself, I had a colleague mention, we were talking about advocacy, and he was talking about how, Jill, why don't you just show them what you do? So I thought over the summer, what can I do that really speaks to me and my passion? And so this is where Not Just a Gym Teacher came from. So I'm on the second day of school, and this is my teaching space. I'm super fortunate to have a great space and a great teaching partner. And so this whole platform is, again, this dream I have about helping teachers create purposeful and engaging programming in phys ed. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of professional development that is available, although there's some great resources and great organizations, but we don't always as teachers get to see what it looks like because we are teaching ourselves. So that's another reason why I wanted to kind of share a little bit about the things I'm doing here, but also connect with all of you and kind of learn what you're doing to make phys ed more purposeful and engaging for all of our students. So I wanted to start a little bit about showing what I do here at my school, showing how I set up expectations for the year. Again, I teach grade 1 to 8, so I've kind of modified it for my primary division and what we do for our junior intermediate, so it's more purposeful. So I'm going to quickly show you a little bit about how I set up my learning space, and maybe you can get some ideas from that as well. So this is kind of our primary zone. What I've done over the last year is we use a squad system. In the first couple weeks, we haven't really set those up with students, but we will eventually. So you can see those color posters. Over here, what I've kind of done is I've made this little flip schedule. So again, you might know by that I teach en français in a French immersion school. So this visual is just kind of give students an idea of what we're doing, a great visual schedule for learners that need that. So on se réchauffer, we do an energy check-in, we meet in our squads or groups. On jouer et pratiquer, so that's kind of our lesson of the day. We ask maybe a critical question or inquiry question, and then on ramasse l'équipement. What I've done this year is I've actually created kind of like words of the cycle. So again, we're learning en français, so I've had some key vocab that we're going to learn in this first week that's really important for safety, but also for communication of expectations. This is our reps poster. So this was created by a colleague, and this kind of outlines the expectations for the year. It also aligns nicely with the Ontario curriculum, talking about active participation, social skills, safety, all those different strands that we talk about. And so what we're doing this week is we have the reps posted there, and you can see I've kind of just jotted some ideas from students down of what we've been talking about, what it looks like and feels like. So that's kind of our primary hub here that we're starting with for the week. Again, if you want any of these posters, I'm gonna shortly post them on Teachers Pay Teachers, or you can message me directly if you would like them. Over here on this learning hub, we have more of a junior intermediate vibe. So I have all my dry erase markers here. What we're hoping to do, I've done this last year, we have like a bathroom sign out here. We have our reps agreements posted. These were kind of co-created over the last couple of years about what things we respect, effort, positivity, safety. I'll make another video getting into more detail about that. This is a really cool idea. We have sur le touche or sideline station. So any students that are not wearing proper running shoes or things and they can't participate, or maybe they're not feeling good one day, we have a clipboard with a little sheet so they could still participate in class, and they kind of fill this out. So I can do another video on that later. Here we haven't done this today, but this is kind of how I set up all my lessons. Is we talk about the why, the how, and the what. So these posters we will eventually make, like, why are we doing something in phys ed? So what's our target? And typically this relates to physical literacy. So why are we here in phys ed? We want to be able to move with confidence, competence, and a wide variety of activities. So that's a common thing that goes there, and we constantly talk about that in our phys ed program. Comment, how? So how are we going to learn? This is typically the theme of the unit. So it's not necessarily sports based. It might be invasion games, net wall games. So we tend to have a common theme. Right now it's been cooperative games in our first kind of couple weeks here that we're going to be focusing on. And qua is usually the exact name of the activity we're going to do. So today we did name tag, we did peekaboo, which was another one. And again, I can go into more detail where I got those resources, but this allows kids to really see, stop asking me, what are we doing? What are we doing today? So eventually they can see what we're doing. I'll post it here. All right, so this is kind of my cart on wheels. I got my water, I got my visuals, I got, all my names, class names. Here I have some whiteboards. You can see I love Velcro, so I use this a lot in posting visuals. I also have all my resources. One of the resources that I'm using a lot this week for my junior intermediates, especially intermediates, is Follow the Leader. This is by Sierra. Another one I like to use is some rubber chicken games, small warm-up games. These are all things that I've had for a bit. And this is a great resource, Once a Day for Active Play. We got this quite a few years ago from the consultant at the time. And these are just great go-to activities if you're looking for anything for DPA for the year as a teacher. And again, they're all organized in different themes, like invasion games, gymnastics, dance. So those are my go-to as well. So the other thing I use in the MP toolkit is this little speaker. We have a really big gym, and I've noticed yesterday I didn't have this because I didn't charge it over the summer, and it really it didn't help my voice. So again, I use this. It comes with a microphone. I found it on Amazon. Worth every penny. Anyways, that's it. I gotta go. And yeah, I'll show you some ideas of some games that we're playing this week. Just to get students to get to know each other and talk a little bit about expectations.